Alright guys, so some of you asked me if I can make a video about film developing, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Today's video is about film developing the brood way. What do I mean by the brood way? See, film developing is just like learning photography. You can learn photography as in shutter speed, ISO, aperture, and whatever. You can learn all of that in about half an hour. But from that to actually mastering the art of photography, there's a huge gap in between. So film developing is just the same. You can learn the basics, and then to become a master in actually developing film, there's a huge gap. I'm not a master, I just like to develop my own film, but there's a lot of people a lot more qualified than I am. So why am I doing a video about this? Well, for starters, when I look for developing tutorials, they are pretty specific, like this should be at this temperature and you should do this and you should do that. There's like a lot of rules that you should do, and everybody has its own sets of rules. So through the years of developing that I have, I'm not a professional as I said, but I discovered that many of these rules really don't matter. What matters is what you feel is right and what you see in your process, what works and what's not. So I've decided that I'm going to show you how easy it is to develop and how hard it is to actually screw things up while developing. You're supposed to measure how hot or how cold your chemicals are, but I can show you that you can pretty much avoid that and just go with it. It's not, hold on, this is not academic, this is not how you're supposed to do it, but you can do it. And you probably wouldn't mess it up either. You're just gonna achieve different results. If you want to have consistent results, then you should have a consistent methodology, certain temperatures and whatnot. But if you don't care, if you just want to learn and you want to have fun, then just have fun. That's what I'm going to show you. Let's have fun developing. So please bear in mind, this is not a technical, specific, great way of developing. It's just my way of developing, which is personal. This is what I do. If you want to try your own methods, just give it a try and let me know how it all went. But I'm going to show you how I do it. Now, my brood way of doing it is I'm going to use full power D76. So when you buy your D76 codec developer, it says on the back, when you turn it, it says that it should be diluted in 1 liter of water. I guess it's about 20 Celsius it should be diluted. I don't know, you gotta follow the instructions. It's quite easy, anybody can do it. If you dilute it on 1 liter, it's full power. So when you look at the developing charts, you gotta look for full power, because there's some other combinations you can make. You can add more water and make it 1/1 or 1/2 or whatever. We're gonna use full power. That's what I use, that's what I'm gonna teach you guys. So full power. Today we're gonna develop HP5+, which is this guy. Now this guy is a 400 ISO film, but we're gonna develop it like it was a 3200 ISO, which means it's a 3-step pushing. You know, it's 400 and then one stop is 800 and then another stop is 1600 and then another stop is 3200 ISO. So it's 3 stops. We're gonna push this film to its limit. So why am I doing that? Because I just shot it at 3200 ISO. That's what I did. I had a camera and I said, oh, it's too dark. I don't want to shoot at 400. I'm gonna shoot at 3200. Why? Because I can. And I can develop it, and that's what I'm going to show you. You can actually push film or pull film. How? Why? How do I do that? Well, it's easy. You just have a chart. I'm going to leave a link in the description, and you can see, for example, oh, I have this. If I wanted to develop the Ilford HP5+ as it was 400 ISO, you look at the chart and you say, no. Oh, here it is, HP5+. So at full power, it should be this time. Cool. I'm gonna use that. But now we're developing like it was 3200, which is a high-speed ISO. So how do we do that? Well, just look for another high-speed ISO film that looks like this one. I use the T-Max 3200 rate because I've discovered that it works pretty much the same. So you just go and look, oh, there's a T-Max 3200 and full power. Oh, this is the amount of minutes I'm gonna need to develop it, and that's what we're gonna do. Now think of developing just like cooking pasta or spaghetti or whatever you wanna call it. There needs to be a certain amount of time. If you pour the spaghetti inside boiling water and you leave it for only 5 minutes, it's probably gonna suck. They're gonna be too like it's gonna taste bad. It's gonna be like too hard. It's not gonna be tasty at all. If you leave it for 20 minutes, it's gonna be disgusting too. You know, it's too fluffy and it doesn't taste good at all. So there's a specific time on how much you need to cook it. This is exactly that. You pour your chemicals inside the developing tank with the film inside and you just cook it like it was spaghetti, and you wait for a certain amount of minutes and then you take it out. If you overcook it, in this case it will everything appear white because you push too much. If you undercook it, instead of going out hard, it will be completely dark, you know, like spaghetti and developing thingy analogy. Yeah. So that's basically it. You need to follow the instructions. It's not that hard. Now the process is a bit tedious and I'm gonna go step by step with you, you know. I'm gonna show you how many minutes you should do it, how many agitations per minute and whatnot. There's a lot of rules on if you should measure your chemicals and what goes first and how many agitations and for how many minutes. I have my own formula. You can develop your own formula. I'm gonna show you the formula that I use when I push film. There's other people who use other formulas. I don't know. It suits if it looks like if your film looks good to you, then your formula is perfect for you. I can give you my formula, and if you don't like the results, then well, you gotta try something else. Maybe less agitation, more agitation. Maybe dilute it a little more or less. I don't know. I'm gonna show you how I do it, and if you like it and you try it and you like the results, then just use it and call it your own. So I'm going to show you what's inside the developing tank and how you should roll your film in. Then I'm going to show you how to develop. Let's see. Here is the developing tank. Let's open it up. And inside we have this spool. Let me move the coffee away for a second. Okay, here's the spool. Here's where you're gonna put your film in and roll it this way. This is the lid of the tank. It's completely sealed, so there's no light that's gonna come inside. And you can see that's the bottom of the developing tank. Now, the process that I'm gonna show you is how to put the film inside the developing tank. This has to be made in complete darkness. What I'm showing you now, you will have to be able to make this in pitch black. Lock yourself up in the basement or in your closet or whatever and just do it. Completely dark. You can't see anything. Okay, I'm showing you this. La 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 la. We're putting the film inside. So you put it in, close it, and voila. We're going to pour the developer in. This is the D76 Kodak developer, as I already told you. We're pouring it in, blah 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 blah. And this process, like you can reuse your chemicals. You can see mine is a little bit used. It's a bit gray, but no matter. Okay, so you can do this in broad light because it's on the tank and the tank is light sealed, so it doesn't matter. Okay, you put the lid in and now we're going to measure time. So take your cell phone, and I always use just the timer on my cell phone because it's easy and it's already there. Okay, let's put it, and you agitate it. To agitate, just move around your tank and move it up and down. For this process I'm gonna speed up this a little bit, and you agitate it for the first minute. So blah blah blah, here it is, 1 minute, we're done. Now smash it against the floor or whatever you need to, because you need to avoid having bubbles, and let's pass time. Isn't this fun? Yeah, developing is just waiting. So here we are. Bam, 3 minutes. So let's move it around again. We agitate it, and we do this for just about 30 seconds. And again, clack, clack, clack. Let's get rid of the bubbles and wait again for another 3 minutes. So we are waiting the 3 minutes and now we're done. 6. Let's go. It's time to agitate. And let's wait another 3 minutes. So it all depends on how many minutes you want to develop. Like in this case, it's 15. So we're going to be agitating every 3 minutes. But if you have to develop for, let's say, 6 minutes or whatever, then you can agitate every 2 minutes. Just go out and okay, get rid of the bubbles. Just go out and see how it all goes for you. Like, this is my way of doing it. It's far away from being perfect, but it's how I like to develop my film. Okay, so we're in 12-minute mark. Let's agitate it again. Now we out, smash it, get rid of the bubbles, and let's wait. This is the final one. So here we are. And 50 minutes. Cool. Now let's bring the chemical back. You can open the lid. Hold on. And let's stop this guy because we're not running time now. And let's pull the chemical back inside the bottle. And I'm pouring it in. As I said, you can reuse them. They usually last for about a month or 2 months, 3 months if you're really lucky, but I don't think so. Just try to make the best of your chemicals for about a month and then just get rid of them. Try not to throw them to the toilet. I usually use disposable plastic bottles to get rid of my chemicals, or whatever, that's just me. So okay, now what we're gonna need is, because the film is still developing inside, so we need to stop it. How do we stop it? We use water. There's people who use stop baths, as they call it, and it's a chemical that stops your developer from keep developing the film, but I'm just gonna use water because it's cheaper and I'm used to it. I've never used a stop bath, so whatever. Just pour some water in, rinse it a little bit to stop the development process, and open the lid. Hold on. There you go. Okay. Get rid of the water. And now we can pour in the fixer. Now the fixer is, because right now your image has just been developed, but you need to fix it. Because otherwise it's gonna fade away in time and it's gonna not look good at all. So you have to pour in the fixer. Now there is not such thing as using too much fixer or leave it too much time fixing. I usually just leave it for 3 minutes with agitations every 10 or 20 seconds, depends on the mood I have, but just you can leave it for 3 minutes or 4 minutes, whatever you feel it's good for you, and you like the process, you can agitate a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna do now. So let's start counting 3 minutes. Hold on, grab your phone again. There you go. And it's running again. And there you go, 20 seconds, and then wait. 20 seconds, wait, and then 10, and wait. And repeat this process. It's, as I said, you can try different methods to the fixing part. I usually do this just 3 minutes and have some agitations every 20 seconds or 10 seconds, and so just go and see what suits you and what you like. Right now we have the 3-minute mark and we can stop the counter. Watch out, because you have your hands full with chemicals, so you don't wanna have your cell phone smelling like chemicals right now. Open the lid. And you don't need that now. And pour it in. Let's go. So you can reuse these chemicals again and fix more amazing images that you're gonna use afterwards. There you go. Now we're about to finish. Isn't this fun, guys? Really exciting. Now, voila, we need to rinse it. Now, How do we rinse this? Just water, plain water. Some people say you need to have certain temperature for the water. I just use cold water, I don't care, and that's how we're gonna develop. So you say 1 time, and here goes my 2nd time. Bam, that goes 2. I rinse usually 5 times with 20 agitations. There goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Oh, sorry, 20. There you go. And this is the last one. Another 20 times. And bam, there you go. We are finished. The film is completely developed. The image has been fixed. And now we have rinsed it. We need to rinse it because we need to get rid of the fixer. Otherwise it will have stains, and we don't want stains. Now you need to be able to open your developing tank. And if you're like me and your hands are completely wet, you will not be able to open it. So why do you need to do that? Well, you need a towel to open it. So let me get a towel for a second there. And okay, now we can open it. And let's open it with a towel. Look how easy it is. There you go. We can open it now, and the images will be inside. Let's open it up. There you go. And let's see. Just open your thingy, and voila! Pictures, man. Here's your film, fully developed. So the pictures, and you're done. That's it. Now all you need to do is leave it, just hang it and let it dry, and then you can scan it. That's all. So if you have any further questions or whatever, just drop anything in the comment section, and I hope I'll be able to help you. Keep shooting, guys.